What's up, y'all? It's your boy Shad Goodie. I'm about to bring it to you raw. This is the tape. Alright, this is 2015-2016 season, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to bring it to you each matchup. Pure breakdown, no bullshit, no sugarcoating. Bears, Packers, game one. So first we're going to look at the offensive side of the football. Starting up north, you know what number 12 is, Shotgun Aaron. He keep that shit 100. He sling that bitch around the yard. The league's most productive quarterback over the last decade. You talking about a dude that's won a Super Bowl, has the greatest fucking command of the arm, and you talking about just pure talent and measuring in the pocket. This dude does it like nobody else, okay? You look at that offensive line, it's a little questionable. However, you look at that running back, he's a workhorse, and they are losing number 3 productive receiver in all of football over the last 3 years in Jordy Nelson, behind Calvin Johnson and Dez Bryant, so that's a big fucking loss for them. With no tight end to speak of, there's going to be a lot of pressure on A-Rod this year to really get that shit under control. And you also got to factor in the fact that this year, head coach Mike McCarthy is giving up the play calling duties for the first time since he's been there. So I don't know how that shit's going to roll, but you got to trust A-Rod in those circumstances. Now the Bears, on the other hand, you look at the number 6 being in helmet again. I don't really know about the situation as it is long term. However, I ride with 6, so fuck it. I'm looking at this offensive line. Other than the right tackle position, I think you got some real dogs on that O-line. If you committed to the run based on how John Fox likes to call the game and how he wants to be based on the personnel standpoint, his personality exudes physicality and hard-nosed football. So that means it might be a lot of running this year, which we was begging for last year. All things considered, I think, consider the fact that the Bears' receiving situation is a little questionable and that right tackle situation is still up in the air. You gotta go with what you know, and that's advantage offense, Green Bay. Now defense, I'm gonna look at resumes, people. You look up at Green Bay, you got your boy, you got big names. You got Clay Matthews, Julius Peppers, B.J. Riley, Hazard Clayton Dix. And you got a plethora of other guys that are young, hungry, and fast. That Green Bay team seems to crank out guys every fucking year that are productive for them. However, when you look at the scheme and what they're doing, they're really undersized overall. So this team last year, they were susceptible to the run. They gave up over 102 yards per game on the ground, and they gave up the second most touchdowns by running backs in the entire league. So what that means to me, they're fucking sick. So if you look at the Bears, I think you're going to see a big dose of Forte up their ass all fucking game. And let's see if they can stop it. Now with the Bears, newly acquired defensive coordinator Vic Fangio coming over from the Niners. Let's keep it 100, people. 49ers was a top 2 defense the last 5-6 years. They had no nonsense motherfuckers on that defense. They played fast, they played physical, and that's all you can ask for. In Chicago, we know they're going from a transition from a 4-3 to a 3-4, and to be honest, I think they're going from a bigger makeup move than anything. You're going from a finesse type of defense, which is more of a zone scheme, to more man-to-man, in your fucking face, nasty shit, throwback football. 3-4 is conducive to this team's personality. I think even though you look at people like Jared Allen, Willie Young, Lamar Houston, these are guys that you might not think that would work in a 3-4. But if you add a Parnell McPhee into the mix, that front 7 looked really fucking good against the Luck crew up in the preseason. So I'm looking for big things from that front 7. The real question mark is on the back end. With other than Rontrell Rowe, everything else is a question mark. I still got high hopes for the hard hitter Adrian Amos coming out of Penn State and my boy Kyle Fuller, who's been getting question marks on him all fucking offseason. I'm talking about they've been going at his merch, people. So we're going to see if he can hold up. He doesn't have to go against Jordy Nelson, so let's see if he can keep his shit together against Devontae Adams, who might be a breakout star for the Packers this year. So all things considered, you got to go with the names, even though I think this is a little bit of a wash. And then you take the fact that Jay Rattler's missing this game. Defense advantage, Packers. Special teams. This is a unit that's underrated. You're talking about being the second best team in football last year from a coverage standpoint. Returning wise, we weren't shit. When you look at the Bears' return game last year, it was pretty much lethargic. You didn't really have any explosive plays. The Bears were 17th overall in field position. This year, I think that shit changes. When you look at the second unit this year, they were fast, young, and physical. So that means the coverage unit and the return team is going to be a lot faster, a lot more effective. And you look at the head coach that came over from Denver, he brought his special teams coordinator as well. And this dude had Denver Broncos in the top 10 in special teams since he was there in the last 4 years. So I'm looking for good things. When you look at Green Green Bay, the reason they didn't win to the Super Bowl is because their special teams suck ass. So when you're talking about guys that can't fucking onside kicks, and Mason Crosby is a fucking headache and he's been cut 2-3 times, I'm looking at Robert Gold being the advantage of this unit. So I'm going advantage special teams, Bears. Now intangibles, let's just look at it for what it is. This is the oldest rivalry in football. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this shit. It goes back to Bart Starr, Ray Nitschke, motherfucking Dick Butkus. We talking about legends, people. Okay? So this is what I'm looking for in this team. We got a new regime that's coming in here to establish a new identity, something that this Bears team hasn't had in a few years. You look at Green Bay, they're a well-oiled machine. Okay? I'm looking at them from a standpoint where they're expected to be in the playoffs right now. However, I think there's some chinks in their armor right there. Call me crazy, but I'm looking at that Green Bay team and they don't exactly exude fear in me anymore. And I'm not just saying it's the Jordy Nelson factor, but I know what Green Bay is. They're good for winning 10 games a season. However, something not quite right with that squad. And I'm looking at the situation as it is. Game 1 on the lakefront. The Bears have nothing to lose. Nobody knows what to expect from this defense. It's a new fucking scheme. This team looks disrespected from all things I've heard in Hallis Hall and in camp this year. From a talent standpoint, the Bears don't match up with the Packers. No way, no fucking how. However, it's about attitude, people. And attitude takes you a long fucking way. And with this new head coach, John Fox, he's coming here and establishing an identity with this team. And I like how the fucking flavor is up there. When you talk about swag, when you talk about the situation, we're looking at game 1, the Bears highlighted on fucking national television, spotlight prime time game. I know how this shit's going down. Easy. Packers 23, Bears 24. So, this is your boy Shad Goodie, give you that fucking heat, and I'm gonna come to you post game, and we're gonna be checking it out. Make sure you're Shad on Sports when we do the live in-game thread. We're gonna definitely be watching the game in tune. Get those brats, them beers, and take a shot for your boy. This has been Shad Goodie coming to you from the tape. 100.
All I ever ask is keep it 8 more than 92 with me 100. Yeah, 100.